How you doing everyone? Scott here, and this is going to be the video that answers your questions. Um, this will probably be in maybe 2 or 3 parts, I'm not sure, I'll see how it goes, but some of you have asked 2 3 part questions, so we'll just see how it goes. So about a week ago, I put up a video, asked you all to ask me questions, a few of you have done that, so let's get to it. So, the first question is from Peaches at the Vinyl Countdown. How you doing, Peaches? And his first question was, what percentage of your collection was bought online? Now, I'm no stranger to buying online. I would say maybe 60%. I'm just going to throw that out there. 60% of my collection is probably bought online. I use eBay, Amazon, Facebook. I use a vinyl, a online record store as well. So yeah, and the main reason for that is I can't really manage to get out digging in shops that often. I mean, I'll probably get out maybe twice a month, and my collection just won't grow that much if I go out twice a month. So I do have to use um, online means, especially when it comes to grails. I mean, the way I see it is, although you don't really want to buy grails online because you want to find a grail, because it's a grail you want to find it in a shop, and that's fine. But the thing is with grails that they're your favourite albums. They're the albums you want the most. So, but if you want to find them in a shop, they're the albums you'll wait the longest for. So I don't want to do that. If I've got grails, I get very, very active online to try and find them. And I know I've done a video before about eBay and the disasters of eBay and getting a record through and it's not in the shape that you'd like. But I mean, say I bought 50 records on eBay, one of them, maybe two of them, have been not in the shape that I'd expect. So with those odds, I'm gonna keep risking it, especially for grails anyway. So to answer your question, CDs, vinyl, about 60% is bought online. So your second question was, what draws you to American metal and rock music? I think, well, obviously you've got the music. I mean, you can't help your taste in music. When I hear these kind of songs, it just draws me in. It fills me with happiness. Yeah, it's just what your ear wants, if you know what I mean. And when it comes to the big bands like Kiss, Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses, it's the show for me as well. I mean, I'm not I'm not against people paying money to see a show that they really want to see, but if you take the likes of, say, Ed Sheeran, he's quite popular right now. He's just basically standing there with a guitar, and I don't doubt that he's amazing on the guitar. He's got some really good songs, but I wouldn't pay 50, £60 to go and see Ed Sheeran just stand there with a guitar. It's just not for me. I want to see bombs going off, I want to see flames flying through the air, all this kind of stuff, flames coming out of guitars, and that's a show for me. And I think now you don't really get that. I mean, I think a lot of people are still relying on bands from the 80s still bringing out albums like Judas Priest. They're on tour just now. People are still relying on these bands to stick around to see proper shows. And I honestly don't know what's going to happen when these big bands that put on these amazing shows disappear. We're just going to be fucked. So, that's, yeah. I just like the over the topness of the songs. They're fun, and it's just that, like, back in the 80s with this kind of music as well. It was just, that was what rock stars were made of. Do you know what I mean? You don't really get rock stars anymore. I mean, when you look at the likes of I know he's not American, but Ozzy Osbourne, like Dio, you've got like Guns N' Roses, Kiss, Twisted Sister. They were rock stars. Do you know what I mean? And they're just pretty much non-existent now. So I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but we're not going to have any rock stars left. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Question 3 is, have you ever been to the United States? I have. I've been twice to the US. The first time was 2007, I think. That was to New York. I went with a good mate of mine. We stayed with his family. They actually moved from Scotland to I think it was about 10 miles. They were in the country. It wasn't in the city. It was like more like the suburbs or something like that. But we went and stayed with his family for a week, and it was an absolutely amazing experience. Absolutely loved it. And then we went back, me, my wife, and my 2 cousins and their partners. We went over 2 years ago, and just had the best time. Just did all the touristy things, like went up the New World Trade Center, and the women went and saw a couple of shows, and it was just a really, really good time. And the best thing is the food. Oh man, the food is just awesome. I just like my plates to be like this big, and it was like twice the size of that. So yeah, love New York. I would love to go to different cities like Boston, LA, Chicago. These are all cities I'd love to visit. We do have friends who live in Las Vegas. Scottish girl, married a guy from Vegas, so she moved over. And my wife's been a couple of times, but I've never been over yet to Vegas, so would love to go there. I'm sure I will be over there at some point. But I'd also like to do the non-touristy places as well. Just random places like Oregon or Wyoming or somewhere like that. Somewhere it's not a touristy place. Somebody wouldn't go, oh yeah, I really want to go to Utah. Do you know what I mean? Just like these kind of random places I like just getting in the mix. So hopefully I get over there again soon. So thank you, Peaches, for your questions. Next question is from 9496 Tull, Jethro Tull fan, I think. And his first question is, what is your favourite album artwork? Now this was hard because there are some awesome album covers out there, but the first 2 bands that jumped into my head were Iron Maiden and Judas Priest. 2 bands that have consistently brought out amazing artwork for their albums. And some people might say, but the artwork shouldn't matter. It's about the music. But I don't agree. It's the artwork. I mean, you take the album out, you go to put it on, you're looking at the artwork, you're just like, wow, that's really good. And that's what catches your eye in the shop. I mean, you walk through the shop and you see the front cover of Painkiller. You're just like, shit, I'm going to buy that again. I've got 4 copies, but I'm going to buy it again. I don't have 4 copies. Or like Killers. Just really great artwork. So that they're the two Painkiller and Killers would probably be the 2 that really stand out for me. So, and the second question was, what band or artist do you not like? Now that's a big list. There's a lot of bands and artists I don't like. I'm trying to think. I don't know why I'm looking at my CDs, because I'm not going to buy stuff I don't like. I really don't like dance music. That just does not do anything for me at all. So yeah, I mean, a band or artist, I don't really know any bands or artists from that do dance stuff, but maybe Coldplay. I don't really like Coldplay, and I know it's kind of like a cool thing to not like Coldplay, but I just don't like their music. I don't mind Chris Martin or any of that stuff. But music, I can't get into, especially from when they first brought out Yellow. I mean, that is just a shocking song. So yeah, I'd just maybe say Coldplay, but yeah, I think with everyone, you're gonna like less bands than you dislike. I mean, there's loads of bands out there you could say you don't like. So yeah, I'd go with Coldplay. That's one that kind of annoys me. So thank you 9496 Tall for your questions. Next up we have Tainted Lord 87. Tony, how you doing, mate? He's got a lot of questions here, so I'll try and get through these ones pretty fast. The first one was, have you ever visited Canada? No, I've never been to Canada, but it's funny you asked that question because me and my wife were talking about places we should kind of book up for visiting, and Canada was one of the places we did mention. We didn't really decide on what city, but Canada is in the mix, so hopefully get there soon. His next question was, how's the metal scene in Scotland? I have no idea. I'm not really involved, or never have been involved in the metal scene. I mean, we do get the big bands over here, like everyone you can think of would come to Glasgow. Pretty much. I mean, we get all the Judas Priest, Metallica, Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden. They all come to Glasgow. We've got a big arena, or a couple of big arenas in Glasgow where they go. So that would be, I mean, the good thing is we don't miss out. And I know a lot of people were thinking Scotland is such a small country, or the UK is so small, but everyone passes through here, so it's all good. On the kind of underground level, I've no idea. I've never really had friends that we've kind of gone to rock clubs or anything like that, or caught unsigned bands or anything, but so I wouldn't know on that side of things. But big bands, we get them all, so can't complain too much. His next question was, ever had any doubts or anxiety when you first wanted to do YouTube videos? I definitely had doubts. I didn't just kind of jump in one day and do it. I thought about it for ages, and I think the main reason is because you kind of think you're going to get judged, and I suppose in a way people are judging you, but not in a bad way. They're just, I suppose because you're showing your own stuff, your own taste, and the worst thing you could probably think of is people going, "What are you doing? That's just crap. What are you showing that stuff for?" But as you all know, with the VC, when you first start making videos, you're really uncomfortable. Sometimes I still get uncomfortable, and I think because I've got a Scottish accent, will they understand what I'm saying? Maybe some of you don't. When I first started making videos, I really slowed down how I spoke, and really tried to pronounce words properly because I thought you would understand me. But the more my videos have gone on, I've just got lazier, and I just thought, doesn't matter. If you don't understand a word, you'll still pick up what I'm saying. So I always worried about that because of my accent. Some people wouldn't understand what I was saying, but I don't really worry about it now. And obviously the whole getting judged, but it's your own taste. I mean, if somebody comes onto your channel and just says, that's crap, you go, good, you don't have to like it, I didn't invite you to come and watch my channel, so you've just got to do what you do, you just got to kind of, it's your channel, so you just do what you want. Next one was, what was the best concert that you wish you'd gone to? It would probably be Iron Maiden last May in Glasgow. Had 4 tickets for me and my mates, and we were having a few beers in the pub before, and because I had this kind of dodgy blackout thing with the heart, I passed out in the pub, smacked my head off the floor, and I had to go to hospital and get stitches in my eyebrow. So the night Iron Maiden were playing in Glasgow, I was in hospital, so that would have been good to go to. So, but they are playing again here in, I think it's August, so I might try and get tickets for that. So let's hope. Next question was, are you okay if someone prefers CDs over vinyl? I've got no problem with any format of music. I mean, if you love music, then to me, I'm not going to sit here and not watch your channel because you show CDs or tapes. I mean, I showed a lot of CDs when I first started making videos. I still do show CDs, but I was showing more CDs than vinyl when I first started making videos. And I've got no problem with anything, cassettes, CDs, vinyl, whatever. Even if you just want to talk about an MP3 you listen to, if it's a recommendation to me and it kind of puts me onto new music, then I don't see a problem with any of that. So if it's music, then go for it. Next one is, do you listen to black metal? Not really. It's the vocals I can't really get into. I don't mind the music, but it's the vocals. And he asks the same question about gothic metal, and it's, to be honest, I don't really know the difference between black metal and gothic metal, if I'm being honest, because that is two separate questions. But I don't really listen to gothic metal either, I don't think. And have you ever been in a band before? I have been in a band. I was a singer for the school soul band, and we did an absolutely cracking version of James Brown's I Feel Good. So I did that at the school concert. Awesome. And I was also in a band with a couple of my mates. Lasted for about 2 weeks, and we were called the Sherbet Lemons. So we didn't make it. So thank you, Tony, for your questions. Next one, we have Ghost of Winter, and his question is, what's your favourite rock and metal radio station you listen to or used to listen to? I do listen to a lot of radio, and it's mainly because at work, when we're in the van, we just have the radio on. So at work I listen to mostly Radio 2, which is a lot of the new releases in the charts, and like all the old stuff as well, right back to like the 50s and 60s. So you do get a big range. It's not rock or metal, it's just a mix of everything. So you've got like anything, Fleetwood Mac, Rolling Stones, Bob Dylan, Motown stuff, anything. So that's just a mix. And I don't really listen to the radio in the car. I listen to mostly CDs, but if I didn't have any CDs, I'd be listening to Planet Rock, which is okay as well. You do get some songs that come on and you think that's not rock, but yeah, mostly CDs in the car anyway, so that's what I'd listen to. So thank you for your question. On your next question was, how old are you? Just wondering, as a lot of the guys seem to be between 40 and 50. You don't look barely 25. Thank you. It's this moisturiser that I bought. Nah, I'm only kidding. I am 32, born in 1986. And it's just my taste in music. I suppose I was kind of like latched onto all the guys who listen to the same music as me. I don't really think to myself though I'm younger than them, or they're older than me. I just look at it as like a, spit your words out. I look on it as a musical thing, not an age thing. I don't even notice people being older than me or whatever. So, because for a lot of these guys, or most of these guys, this was the music they grew up listening to, and that's why they still love it. But the music I grew up with, I didn't like. So I automatically went back and basically stopped at the 80s. Oh, what's here? Hair metal, all this kind of stuff, which is obviously what I like to listen to the most. So yeah, I don't really see the age thing, I just see the music thing. So cheers for your question. What time are we at? 19. I'll do one more question and then I'll do a part 2. So next question is from Chris from Vinyl Transmission, and he wrote, besides collecting records, what in the future would you like to experience with music? Now this is a great question, and this was like a real thinker. And I mean, I think they can't really go any further with the physical side of things like vinyl and CDs, because we're kind of going through the motions of that. So we've gone from like vinyl to tapes to CDs to MP3, back to CDs, back to tapes, back to vinyl. So for physical format, I don't think it's going to go any further, or I don't really expect it to go any further. As for live experience, I think they could really ramp it up with that. Like I saw with Dio, they were talking about bringing Dio out as a hologram, like they've been doing with, I think they did it with Tupac, and did it with somebody else as well. Was it Elvis? I think they did it with Elvis. And I wouldn't be opposed to that. I mean, a lot of people would make an outcry saying, oh, you can't do this and you can't do that, but if that's the only way you're going to see somebody live, would you not just go and see it? I mean, I'd love to go and see Dio as a hologram. I mean, it's not going to be a crap, like, green hologram. It's going to be, like, the person. Obviously, I wouldn't want to pay £50 or £60 to go and see a hologram. I'd like, if it was like £20, £25, I would not be opposed to that at all. Especially if it's the only way you're going to experience these people live, then why not? I'm well up for that. So I think they could take massive leaps in overall live experience in that sort of way. So that's probably what I look forward to. So hopefully that answers your question, Chris. So thank you all you guys for your questions. I'm going to cut it off here and I'll do a part 2. And I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.